what's important, right? So you support him in terms of making sure that he does a good job, right?
She puts up with me.
Okay, now this is great. This is great. Hi.
How are you? Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
I'm her cousin.
Oh,
I would like to welcome New York City School Chancellor, Ms. Carmen Farina. Chancellor Farina was quoted as saying, "I'm determined to make this the best urban system in the country, bar none. I can think of no holier journey than turning a New York City school system into a place where all kids can succeed," end quote. On behalf of the entire Jewish Orthodox community, we agree. Thank you and enjoy your day.
I'm a first-generation American. My parents came to the United States in 1936, which many of you know, she was during the Spanish Civil War, so they did not leave their country voluntarily. My mother actually came from jail to this country. And I grew up in a home where it was really important to share your values and to be able to continue to speak your language. So I'm fluent in 2 languages because it was very important that my heritage be honored. And it was at a time where you didn't always speak another language in the streets. It was not considered American, so I understand the story that you're telling about the Star Spangled Banner and the Pledge of Allegiance. So it's a pleasure to be here today because, you know, all children are my children in New York City. I really feel that way. And all of us have common stories. And our common stories, and I love your grandparent role, are about our antecedents. And everyone came to this country for a better life, better education. So I value what you've been through, and I'm here to learn from you. So thank you.
Why is everyone here?
Why do you think everybody's here?
You're really, really smart and you want to serve the good.
I'm playing around with this. It's weird. I don't know what to do.
I don't know where we're going to go.
Avi is out of school for a year already. He's in Yeshiva Veretzky. And he came in today especially because when the assembly, the children are here, he heard the Chancellor was coming. He said he wants to come. So he's going to be presenting the Chancellor with a little gift from the children of the school. But I want you to know beforehand, when we see him going up to the podium and speaking, you should know what this meant for him.
I asked him if he would sing the Star Spangled Banner. He said no. He said he knows, but he promised me he knows all the words.
Well, the biggest gift is that you're here today. And so I'm pleased to meet you. Thank you.
Where were you this morning? Which hospital? Avi's mother's name is Hebrew and Yiddish, which the basic.
Now, how do you divide your school day in terms of language?
So, for the most part, days are divided. One is Hebrew studies, one is general studies, English studies. And all of these young kids are.
The reality is that it's a lot one-on-one. That's what I have to say. More than I've seen in places.
And not only parents able to.
Now, if I should tell you, we have the principal, we have the Rosh Yeshiva, we have the dean of 1.5 million students sitting here, we'd say, oh, okay, that's something. But what's 1.5 million? To a child, 1.5 million is like a gazillion and a billion. It's all numbers. So let's try to break it down so that we can understand what 1.5 million really is. If we should take school buses, and we should fill up school buses with children, is there anyone in this room that's willing to guess how many school buses it would take to fill up 1.5 million children? The number actually, anybody here wants to guess? 200,000? 200,000? Okay. 30,000 school buses, but that was a great guess. 30,000 school buses. But how much is 30,000? 30,000 is also way above my allowance, way above the amount of pennies and quarters and nickels I have in my piggy bank. So 30,000 buses, if we line them up, stretches 210 miles.
I am the mother of 2 daughters, but the grandmother, Abuela, as they call me, of 3 boys. And I take raising boys very, very seriously, because you are the future of tomorrow. And there is something in Jewish tradition that I particularly value, and that I've actually adopted, Shabbos. Your Friday night rituals, I think, are the backbone of not only your society, but should be of everyone's society. The ability to sit and break bread, to talk about what happens in a given week, to be able to reflect on your life in a peaceful setting, is something that I try to do in my own family. I babysit every Friday, and every Friday I do something I never do, is cook, because I don't have time the rest of the week. But I know that cooking for your family is a sign of nurturing, and it's also a way of saying life does go on. So, and I don't invite the parents, adults you should know, I only take the children. So I pick up the boys in school, I bring them to my house, we sit and we eat, and I never ask them, how did school go? Because they'll say nothing. I always ask them things like, what's the worst thing that ever happened? What did the teacher do that was dumb? Which child in your class got you angry? Because what I really, really want to do is talk, talk, and talk. So what I urge all of you to do in this room is continue the dialogues in your families, among each other, because I think education is crucial, but relationships are even more so. So when I come to places like this and I realize that you're trying to balance it all, but that your heritage, what you bring to the table is always what's going to keep you strong, it's something that I think we all need as a society. So it's really a privilege to be here today. And to the gentlemen in the room, remember, we're going to depend on you, and to the women, thank you for making them the men that they are. Thank you.
Well, I think the commitment to serving individual children's needs, then, there's a lot of big ratio of teachers to children, so everyone's needs are being met. And I think also the fact that there are so many volunteers in the building, I mean, there's a real commitment to this as a community resource, not just a school.
Now, do you plan on visiting any more yeshivas?
I go by invitation, considering that I do about, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 8 schools a week, and I have to get everything else done in between. But I think the more I learn, the better I am as a leader, so I certainly do intend to visit more schools. Yeah.